Welcome to Highfalutin Low Carb, the weekly web series where we find and test the best low carb recipes this crazy internet has to offer. Today, we're going to be doing a combination testing of a low carb recipe and a low carb commercial product. 2 in 1. Stay tuned. Hi folks. So it's a weekday. You're home from work, you're exhausted, you're looking for something quick and easy and low carb. Did I say quick? I really meant quick. You know why? I'm almost scared to show this product because it comes with a lot of trepidation for a lot of low carb users. So I really just had to try it and buy it and try it. 90% fewer carbs than the leading brand, which I'm assuming Carbquick, they mean Bisquick. There are some very specious ingredients in this for sure. If you are keto and very strict about that, this might not be the product for you, but I'm here to test it. So what we're going to do, we're going to follow one of the recipes on the back, the Carbquick turkey vegetable pot pie. Bakes in about 30 minutes, quick and easy. Perfect for a weeknight meal if you've got to get something on the table. But does it really measure up in taste and flavor? I'll be honest with you, this is one of the first times I've used this product. I did make just the regular generic drop biscuits with it, and I wasn't super excited. A lot of people in the reviews on Amazon and other places say, it tastes just like Bisquick. No, it does not. It does not. It's pretty dry, it's kind of crumbly, it's a little bit sandy, if you know what I mean. But there are, when I say specious ingredients, at the bottom it says allergens, contains wheat, soy, eggs, and milk. So yeah, for ketoers, some of those aren't going to work for you. It's carbulose flour, which is enzyme-enriched wheat, vital wheat gluten, wheat fiber, high protein, patent wheat flour, soy fiber, a lot of unusual things in here. But if you are low carb, there's only 2 grams of carbs, net carbs, in a 1/3 cup serving. So we're going to see what happens today. Stay tuned, follow along. We start by making a veloute, which is a really elaborate sounding word when it's really just butter and flour mixed together like a roux kind of, but it doesn't get cooked to the point of a darkened roux. And then you mix it some sort of broth or liquid or stock with that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make a veloute out of the Carbquick and some butter. So let's get started on that. We're going to melt some butter in a saucepan. Once this butter starts to melt a little bit, you don't want to get this high heat. We're only going to cook this for about 5 minutes once we add this. Once we add the Carbquick in. So this is 2 ounces of butter and 2 ounces of the Carbquick. So throw that in and just keep stirring this, keep moving it, and we're just going to cook it down. We're going to do this for 5 minutes and just keep it moving. Okay, as you can tell, it's getting darker. There's about 1.5 minutes left, maybe 2 minutes left, and it is really getting some color in it. So I actually think I'm going to go ahead and add the chicken broth. This is a 10-ounce can of chicken broth, and we add that in and stir, stir, stir. And now, oh, that smells good. Now we just let this simmer until it's thickened. Doesn't say how long or how thick. So in addition to this, this is all this really is we've made this veloute, right? This fancy word for your cream sauce. You know, there's no cream, but your gravy that your pot pie is going to be swimming in. And you use a cup of cubed turkey is what they call for. I didn't have turkey, so I used a cup of cooked chicken thighs that have been cubed. And you don't want that to burn. You want to keep moving that. And then you do 16 ounces, a pound of cooked vegetable of your choice. I chose broccoli. And so they don't list carb counts for the entire recipe here because I guess it matters what vegetable you choose. So when we put this in the oven, I'm going to run the numbers on all this so that we have a firm accounting of our macros. It's not going to take long for this to thicken, I don't think. I see it happening already. So actually a nice consistency. I mean, almost coats the back of the spatula. I think that's good. We're going to call that thickened. So I'm just going to turn that off and take it off the heat. So now this is thick. It's nicely coating a spoon. So to your veloute, you simply add your diced chicken or turkey. The recipe, again, calls for turkey. I had chicken. And about 2 cups or 16 ounces of, I chose broccoli. You can do a mixed vegetable. I'd obviously stay away from all the standards that you think about. Corn, peas, carrots that are normally in chicken pot pie. Maybe not best to do those, unless you can fit it in your macros. So we just stir this, and that's our filling. That's our pot pie filling. And it literally says to put it in an ungreased casserole dish. I would definitely want to butter it, but I'm following the directions. So, 2-quart casserole. I'm assuming this will be big enough. Get all that goodness out. Have you guys used Carbquick for anything? I'd be very curious to know your experiences with it. I mean, it has like rave reviews on Amazon, so somebody's buying it and loves it. Like I said, I tried it with the biscuit once and just their plain drop biscuits, and I didn't think too highly of it, but I know you can use it for a lot of things. Again, if you're strictly keto, you may not like it, but sometimes it's nice to have a convenience option. Sometimes a convenience food that may not be the best is still a better option than fast food or something else. So that's where it's sort of, I'm thinking, may fit in my daily regime, if it does at all. I had to buy a box to try it though, right? All right, hold on. Okay, so our casserole is here, ready to go. We just need to make the topping. That's really all it is, that little bit, and then make the topping. And the topping is super simple. It is a cup of the Carbquick. It looks like a 1/4 cup of heavy cream and a 1/4 cup of water and an egg. And it says to mix it with a fork in a small bowl and throw it right on top and put it in the oven. Here we go. Wish me luck. Looks good. I mean, looks like Bisquick. We don't find out. Okay. All right, let's just deliver this to the Carbquick casserole. Wonder if it would be good with, oh, this is gonna be hard to do. You gotta, if you're gonna spread it over the whole thing. Ooh, that's hard. Just not enough of it. I put way too much in the center. Wonder if it would be good with like some garlic and onion powder in it, something to give it some flavor. That's what I kind of missed when I had the regular plain biscuits. Maybe the Cheddar Bay biscuit situation is a little bit better with it. But I'll be honest with you, the biscuits I made did not hold a candle to the winner of the biscuit battle video. Not even close. Now granted, it was 2 or 3 ingredients versus, 6 or 8, 10 ingredients for the other biscuits. So this looks like it's hard to get spread across here to make a topping. Get off of there. It is clingy. Okay, so there's our topping. Boop, boop. Okay, so into the oven. Here's our little casserole, ready to go. 30 minutes at 400 degrees. 30 minutes. Okay, my friends, it's been 30 minutes. Actually, it's been 35 or 40 because I let it cool off. Wow, it looks pretty, I gotta say. I am rather impressed with the way that looks. It is hot. That's beautiful. It looks like a traditional Bisquick casserole. To be very honest with you, I'm not even a super big fan of the real deal Bisquick. So Carbquick may not find a place on my regular meal table, but we got to try it. Okay, so I ran the numbers on this while this was cooking, and I am super impressed with the way it looks. I am very unimpressed with the numbers, and not for the reason you think, okay? So when you, pardon me, when you run the numbers on this, per serving of this casserole, 11.3 grams of fat, total carbs is 9.7 grams, and fiber is 7.3 grams. That's the whole shtick with this, is that there are carbs here. They're just insoluble fiber. So they apparently can get counted as if you're counting net carbs. So there's only 2.4, so about 2.5 net carbs per serving, and then protein is 6.7 grams. So the macros are good. Here's the problem. How many servings do you think that they say that that is? This is a 2-quart casserole dish. It says to put it in a 2-quart casserole, so I did. Now, I'm going to put my hand over that so you can see how big that is. Like, I can feel the heat from it. I'm that close to it. My hand is as big as that casserole. They say that there's 10 servings in that. Are they crazy? 10 servings in that? I might give you 6. If you were to cut this down the middle, you could get 6. I mean, unless you're feeding infants, that is preposterous to think that you're going to get 10. I can't even get 10 spoonfuls out of that. I mean, I could, but really? That's what you're saying? So literally, okay, so what were the carbs again? Just double all of that. I mean, because here's what's going to happen. Doesn't even matter. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to eat, that's going to be 4 servings, right? Boom, cut it down the middle. Boom, cut it down the middle. I'm going to scoop out a quarter of it and I'm going to eat one. So out of the 4 servings, it's really going to bump it up. Now, there's only 2.5 carbs per serving. So if I ate, that means I'd be eating how many? Like 2.5 or 3 servings. So you're talking about 6, 7, 8 carbs, which isn't bad, but Carbquick, come on. That's what I call monkeying with the numbers. Just so you can say 2 net carbs per serving. Well, yeah, if I eat a teaspoon of it. But anyway, regardless, let's see what this stuff tastes like. Because that's the biggest concern. Is it worthy enough to stay on the weeknight table? So I've got to take some photos of this a little bit later. So I'm just going to come in here and get my apparently gigantic portion because 10 is, come on, that's ridiculous. All right, wow, now it looks good and it smells good. It's hot as a son of a gun. And y'all know me, I like to burn my face on all this stuff. Terrible about it, trying to taste it while it's too hot. So, okay, wouldn't you say that that is a reasonable serving? Let me just show it against, this is a tablespoon, right? That's pretty reasonable. I can cover the whole thing with my hand. But to them, that's about 4 servings. Well, I don't know. Anyway, all right, let's taste it and see what happens. The crust is beautiful, man. It is soft and fluffy. What I didn't like about the biscuits was that they were dry and a little sandy, but you know what? With that veloute we made, that sauce with the chicken broth, that may solve some of that. It's very hot. Looks beautiful. Sort of looks like broccoli chicken casserole, I guess is what I should be said. Broccoli chicken pot pie. Okay. That's really good. I'm going to be honest with you. That's pretty good. Now, granted, it's got about 17 kinds of wheat in it. It's just insoluble fiber, but that okay. I'm just going to say I see now why it has such high ratings on Amazon and other places and why people rave about it. Because that tastes pretty good. Is it the best pot pie I've ever had? Well, heck no. Would a beautiful puff pastry crust made out of real wheat flour be better? Well, yeah, but wouldn't we all love to eat that? But I gotta say, that is really tasty for what it is. If you don't mind eating the wheat and you're just doing low carb and you're not super strict keto or paleo, you could get away with that. And, you know, just ignoring the stupidity of Carbquick with their portion sizes. I mean, what else are you supposed to eat with that? But anyway, ignoring that, that is a really good alternative. If somebody handed that to me, I would say, like if I were at work and somebody brought this in and said, "Oh, taste this pot pie, the homemade pot pie that I made," I would be like, "Well, that's very good. That's really good," you know, because it's nothing to like rave and write home about, but I mean, I made that in maybe 15 minutes. It baked for 30 minutes, and I'm eating it 15 minutes later. That's hard to deny the convenience of that. And that's where I guess Carbquick comes in. I mean, no, I don't think that this will become a regular staple of my diet, although I apparently bought the restaurant size box. It literally says, thank you for buying the restaurant size. Makes 80 biscuits, restaurant size. Yep. So I'm going to be working on this for a while. But I can see where this is convenient. To come home on a Monday or Tuesday night and you don't want to cook anything, and you've got some water and some cream and an egg and some leftovers, chicken. You could do the same thing with, I can think of about 20 different things you could do with this, you know. That's pretty good. I gotta admit, that's pretty good. All right, Carbquick, you kind of got me. I wish it didn't have all the wheat in it, but not everything is for keto. Some things are for low carbers, and it says independently tested and verified, and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to make some biscuits out of this with just water and that, just to make a flatbread out of it. And I'm going to try it one morning and see how it affects my blood sugar. But apparently, a lot of people enjoy it, and it doesn't throw them out of ketosis. So, yeah, that was Carbquick. All right, guys, thank you for stopping by on this weeknight where we had a quick weeknight meal. I'll give a moderately hearty thumbs up to Carbquick. It'll stay in the cabinet, and I'll use it occasionally when I need to, sort of like the frozen low-carb bread that I had purchased for the bread battle. I eventually ate all of that. You know, it didn't go to waste, but it just wasn't something that I regularly kept in my diet. So, all right. You know, these videos are a way for me to stay on a low-carb eating plan, and I really appreciate you coming along for the journey. If you're new to this channel, we do this all the time. I try to come on once a week and test low-carb recipes, and oftentimes make multiple versions of a recipe to pit against one another to see who's got the better recipe. And if we don't like what we're doing, we'll create a new recipe. So I appreciate you stopping by. If you're new here, like the video, subscribe, if you're already a subscriber, hit the bell button down below and you'll be able to be notified exactly when I release new videos. Otherwise, appreciate it. Stay tuned, much more to come.